If I was a Hollywood executive, I would blacklist her.
Let's get right into the shocking numbers that have Tinseltown buzzing. Disney executives made the mind-boggling decision to re-release their troubled Snow White remake into approximately 1,300 theaters nationwide for Mother's Day weekend. The result? A catastrophic box office failure that has industry insiders texting us non-stop with the inside scoop. The film earned a measly $200,000 total for the entire weekend. That's right, celebs' hot trending followers. That breaks down to about $50-75 per screen. To put that in perspective, a single family buying tickets and concessions at your local theater spends more than what this Disney blockbuster made per screen. We're hearing from our sources that Disney executives are in absolute panic mode, with emergency meetings being called to figure out how one of their most expensive productions ever, $270 million budget, could fall this hard. The timing couldn't be more humiliating for the House of Mouse, as they're preparing to release Snow White on Disney Plus next month. Our industry insiders tell us that Disney's streaming division is scrambling to adjust their promotional strategy, with some suggesting they might quietly drop it onto the platform with minimal fanfare to avoid further embarrassment. But here's where this celebrity drama reaches a whole new level. Rachel Zegler, the star at the center of this controversy, has reportedly made some explosive admissions about her role in reshaping Snow White from the ground up. According to statements that have sent shockwaves through Hollywood, Zegler wasn't just an actress following direction. She was actively molding the entire production. There were a lot of creative differences for this production, Zegler reportedly stated. There were times where I really had a hard time working with Gal because I didn't really agree with the chemistry that we had on camera for some of the crucial scenes that we had to shoot. That's right. Celebs, hot trending fans. We're talking major behind-the-scenes tension between Zegler and Gal Gadot. Our sources close to production have been whispering about this for months, but now we have confirmation straight from Zegler herself. The on-set dynamic between these two powerhouse actresses was apparently strained throughout filming. But wait, it gets juicier. Zegler allegedly revealed, "When we were creating this film, I was more than proud that I became very close with Mark, Aaron, and Greta, and I really pressured them to really create new designs for Snow White. I felt that we had to go with a different hairstyle and a new take on her costume." This is a massive revelation from a rising star who was mostly known for West Side Story before landing this iconic Disney role. According to these statements, Zegler wasn't just making minor suggestions. She was fundamentally redirecting a $270 million production of Disney's most iconic princess character. Hold on to your seats, because what Zegler reportedly admitted next has Disney traditionalists completely losing it online. According to these revelations, she pushed to completely reimagine Snow White's iconic identity, including changing the very meaning of her name. "I didn't really want her to be called Snow White based on her appearance anymore," Zegler allegedly stated. "We were doing something new, so I told Mark, Aaron, and Greta, let's create a new backstory where she survived the snowstorm, this blizzard, so to speak, and that's how she got her name." That's right. Instead of Snow White being named for her appearance as in the Brothers Grimm tale and the beloved 1937 Disney classic, Zegler wanted a climate-based backstory. This dramatic rewrite of the character's origin story represents a complete reinvention of the princess that generations have grown up with. Our celebrity industry contacts tell us that Disney executives are privately furious about these admissions, as they expose just how much creative control was handed to a relatively inexperienced actress on one of their most valuable properties. The drama doesn't stop there. In what might be the most damaging revelation for her career, Zegler reportedly admitted to significant portions of her performance being cut from the final film. There was just so much extra footage that never worked its way into the final cut of the film, because I was being told that my acting was and my presentation just wasn't really working for a number of those sequences. And it got to me. She continued. It really got to me because I had lost some of the scenes that I worked the hardest on. Some of them were action-packed scenes that required stunt doubles toward the ending of the movie, where the Queen was going to meet a different fate. Our industry insiders are shocked by this admission. For a lead actress in a $270 million production to acknowledge that significant portions of her performance were deemed unusable is virtually unheard of in Hollywood PR circles. This kind of candid admission about performance issues could potentially impact Zegler's casting prospects, as studios typically avoid talents they view as risky. The repercussions of this box office disaster and Zegler's revelations are sending ripples throughout Hollywood's A-list circles. Our sources tell us that numerous Disney executives who championed this project are now finding themselves on shaky ground within the company. The spectacular failure of Snow White, combined with other recent Disney disappointments like The Marvels, has created a tense atmosphere in Disney's executive suites. For Rachel Zegler, the career implications could be significant. While she has completed filming on a few upcoming projects, our industry contacts tell us that several major studios are now reconsidering potential offers that were in early discussion. The combination of the film's commercial failure and these candid admissions about creative conflicts have raised red flags about her bankability for big-budget productions. Gal Gadot, meanwhile, has reportedly been distancing herself from the project in private industry conversations. According to our sources close to the actress, she's focusing entirely on her upcoming projects and has been strategic about not addressing the Snow White situation in recent interviews. Former Disney child stars have been weighing in as well, with several expressing surprise at how much creative input was allegedly given to Zegler. One former Disney Channel star told us off the record, "When I was working with Disney, everything was tightly controlled. The idea that a lead actress could push for fundamental character changes like this is shocking. That's not how Disney typically operates." To fully understand the magnitude of this failure, let's put it in perspective for our celebs, hot trending viewers. Disney's original animated Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs from 1937 was the film that established Disney as an animation powerhouse. In today's dollars, that film earned the equivalent of over $1 billion. By contrast, the 2025 remake has grossed only about $204 million worldwide, against a production budget between $240 and $270 million. When you add marketing costs, typically at least $100 million for a film of this scale. Industry analysts estimate the total loss could exceed $200 million. Other Disney live-action remakes have been massive commercial successes. Beauty and the Beast earned $1.26 billion worldwide, while the Lion King remake pulled in an astonishing $1.65 billion. This makes Snow White's failure all the more dramatic by comparison. The Mother's Day re-release represented a desperate attempt to boost those numbers, but the $200,000 weekend only reinforced what Hollywood insiders have been whispering for weeks. This movie has been completely rejected by audiences. The celebrity world has been buzzing about this situation, with several high-profile figures weighing in on social media. While most established stars have been careful not to directly criticize Disney, industry veterans have been subtly commenting on the importance of respecting source material when adapting beloved classics. Our sources tell us that several former Disney princesses from previous live-action remakes have been discussing the situation in private group chats, expressing sympathy for the position Zegler now finds herself in, while also questioning the approach to the character. Behind closed doors, agents and managers are pointing to this situation as a cautionary tale about the risks of letting inexperienced stars have too much creative input on major franchise films. There's a reason studios typically keep tight control over their biggest properties, one prominent agent told us confidentially. When you're investing hundreds of millions, you can't afford to experiment with fundamental character aspects that audiences already have strong feelings about. As Disney prepares to release Snow White on their streaming platform this June, all eyes in Hollywood are watching to see how they'll handle the promotion. Will they feature Zegler prominently, or attempt to shift focus to other aspects of the production? Our Disney sources suggest they're still finalizing their strategy, with some advocating for a scaled-back promotional campaign. For Zegler, her immediate future includes a stage production in London and a smaller independent film with Marisa Tomei. This represents a significant scale-down from headlining a $270 million Disney tentpole, suggesting her team may be strategically steering her toward projects where she can rebuild her reputation with critics and industry insiders. Industry analysts tell us that Disney is likely to become much more cautious with its upcoming live-action remakes, potentially tightening creative control and being more selective about casting. The next few Disney remakes will be watched closely for signs of a strategic shift in approach. What we're witnessing here is one of the most dramatic Hollywood career trajectories in recent memory. Rachel Zegler went from breakout star in Spielberg's West Side Story to the center of Disney's biggest controversy in years. The combination of box office failure, creative conflicts, and these candid admissions has created a perfect storm that will be studied in Hollywood for years to come. For Disney, the challenge now is rebuilding audience trust in their handling of beloved classic characters. For Zegler, it's navigating a career path forward after being associated with such a high-profile disappointment. And for us celebrity watchers, it's a fascinating glimpse into the behind-the-scenes drama that shapes the entertainment we consume. That's all for today's explosive celebrity update. If you're hungry for more Hollywood drama and star-studded controversies, make sure to smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you never miss the latest celebrity tea from Celebs Hot Trending. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Are you surprised by Zegler's admissions? Will you be watching Snow White when it hits Disney+? Let us know, and we'll see you in the next video with more juicy celebrity gossip.
Honestly, I thought I would be a lot more terrified.